nagsasalwa ka, kay nakapatampos ka sa iyo kabataan. And of course, to the stars of this occasion, an artista yan ang adlaw wara iba, our dear graduates. You give, please, yourselves a round of applause. Let me first congratulate you all, not just for finishing your degrees, but for successfully surviving thesis defenses, group projects, or at times, two people are working in and on behalf of the group. Tama ba minsan? Oo. Tamaan na yung iba. Kasalanan nyo yan. And of course, the ultimate trial of all, the terror professors who proudly say, wala pa akong naipapasa this semester. Sigurado ka na ba napapasa ka? Mag-graduate ka ba talaga yan na? Yan. Yes, graduates, if you can survive that, you are more than ready for the real world. So kindly use your right hand. Use your right hand. Tap your left shoulder and say this to yourself. Ang tibay mo. Yan. I love that. But on a serious note, as I look at your faces, tinitingnan ko kayo kanina pa. Some glowing with pride, others just relieved it's finally over. Salamat, graduate na gihapon. But today, as you stand proud in your togas, your face is bright with the light of achievement. And allow me to share with you a story. You know what? As a language and literature teacher, I would love to share a story before I start my classes. Long ago, in a land embraced by mountains and seas, just like here in Libertad, there stood a great baliti tree. May baliti ba dili sa campus? Waray manano. I remember the Miss Universe candidate from Summer Island, kasi katatapos lang ng Miss Universe. Our representative is actually wearing a national costume inspired by a baliti tree. As according to our folktales, the baliti tree is the gateway for Biringan Place. Alam niyo yun? Siguro yung mahilig lang sa literatura, yung nakaka-relate masyado. Beneath its sprawling branches, weary travelers would find rest and comfort. But a terrible drought struck. One by one, the leaves withered, the branches cracked, and the tree nearly died. Yet one day, the birds, the insects, and the nearby plants came together. United in their efforts, they nurtured, watered, and protected the baliti tree. Through their unity, the great tree lived once more. Its leaves lush again, its roots deep and strong, and its shade welcoming to all who passed. Dear graduates, you are now the new baliti tree of our nation. You are the generation built from hope. But remember that no one survives, no one thrives alone. Remember that. No one survives and no one thrives alone. Imposible ito. It is through the strength of unity, of working hand in hand, that real change comes to life. The Colegio de San Juan Summer itself stands as a living testament to this truth. In 2001, a vision took root. A new 4-story building constructed within 5 hectares in the land of this barangay. The dream of creating an institution that would empower the youth was born from the brilliant ideas of Dr. Eugenia Hatab, a distinguished doctor of philosophy and a successful businesswoman. Through her courage and determination, the incorporation incorporation documents were signed in April 2002, and by May 2 of that year, the Securities and Exchange Commission granted its approval. So kay maduruto talaga siya. The Colegio de San Juan Samar Incorporated was envisioned as more than just a school. It was destined to become a beacon of higher learning in Northern Samar, not only here in Lavizares, specializing in vital fields such as criminology, business administration, computer science, and education. Built to answer the need for a private tertiary institution that would open doors for young dreamers like you. Do you have dreams? Do you want your dreams become reality? To become real? Wala ka na magsusugat na no. We are celebrating, and today as we celebrate the 20th commencement exercises of Colegio de San Juan Samar, we are not only marking another year of success. We are celebrating 2 decades of dreams fulfilled, lives transformed, and futures brightened. This ceremony is more than a tradition. It is a tribute to the unwavering spirit of everyone who believed in the power of education and unity. Graduates, your story is still being written. And as you prepare to write your next chapters, allow me to humbly share a part of mine. I was born to an educated mother and a humble farmer. 2 people who taught me that the richest harvest comes not from wealth, but from perseverance and learning. I graduated from college at the age of 18, fueled not by abundance, but by the fire of a dream. The dream of one day becoming a doctor of language and literature, though not a doctor of medicine. Despite financial hardships, I pursued my graduate studies relentlessly, clinging to the belief that education was not just a ticket out of poverty. It was a lifelong commitment. I carried that belief through every obstacle. I pursued my postdoctoral studies at Central Scholar University, Manila campus, the only woman in a group of engineers and men. Indeed, an ambitious student, determined not to surrender, even when the path grows steep and lonely. And I made a silent promise that whatever success I achieved, I would return it all to the department, the institution, the people to whom I owed so much for a lifetime of opportunities. Yet my story did not end with a postdoctoral diploma. Because education is endless, a journey, not a destination. Today, I am preparing to finish my diploma in research, development, and management at the University of the Philippines Open University, proof that dreams do not age, that the thirst for learning never dries, and that there is no finish line for those determined to grow. I share this, not to boast, it's a no-no, but to remind you, where you come from does not limit where you can go. What matters most is not what you have, but what you believe, and what you are willing to sacrifice for those beliefs. You too, just like me, are called to rise. You too are called to succeed. You too are called to carry forward the values of unity, perseverance, and ambition. Today, as you step beyond the gates of this institution, you carry not only the honor of your academic success, you carry the legacy of CSGS. You embody its promise to be your guiding way for a brighter tomorrow. Not just for yourselves, but for your communities, for the nation, and for the generations yet to come. Let me share you again another story, not from long ago, but from within your own batch. A story that speaks of your generation's spirit. During the aftermath of Typhoon Paing, when electricity was down, internet connections were unstable, and many homes were damaged, a group of senior students from your batch from the College of Education came together. Amid the challenges, they did something remarkable. They created a volunteer learning hub at the covered court, offering tutoring sessions for grade school children whose classes were disrupted. They pooled their own resources, printed learning materials, and brought extra chairs from home. Some walked long distances just to get there on time. And despite juggling their own exams and research papers, they choose to serve. They didn't wait for recognition. They didn't expect rewards. They did it because they understood something powerful. Listen to this. That being educated is not only a privilege, it is a responsibility. That is the generation of unity in action. They were not motivated by grades or applause, but by a shared purpose, to lift others up and move forward together. It is this kind of everyday heroism, quiet, selfless, rooted in love for community, that tells me the new Philippines is already beginning to rise. You graduates have already proven that unity is not just an ideal, it is something you practice, something you live, something you lead with. You are not just the hope of the future. You are already shaping the present. In today's world, it is so easy to be divided by our ambitions, by our beliefs, by our ideas. Yet, true greatness is found not in the loudness of our arguments, but in the quiet strength of our compassion, understanding, and respect for each other. Just imagine, a single flower does not make a garden, right? But when hundreds bloom together, they create a breathtaking sight, a living masterpiece of life and color. Such is the Filipino spirit. When united, we are a force stronger than any storm, brighter than any darkness. But how? You may ask, can we truly become partners in building a new Philippines? My dear graduates of Colegio de San Juan Samar, be honest. Be honest with yourselves, with others, and with your country. Be hardworking. Be hardworking not just for personal success, but for the common good. Be resilient. Be resilient, for in the journey of nation building, there will be challenges that test your will, moments that shake your dreams. Yet, do not be afraid. Every trial you overcome is a foundation, stone laid down for the future generations who will walk where you once stood. Dear graduates, remember the countless sacrifices of your parents. Every peso saved, every sleepless night endured, every dream whispered in silence. Remember your teachers who believed in your brilliance even when you doubted yourselves. And remember the spirit of CSGS, a spirit born from unity, vision, and courage. Carry with with you the true mark of a Filipino wherever you go. Compassionate, brave, united. The new Philippines is not a finished gift to be unwrapped. It is not a land prepared and ready to be inherited. It is a masterpiece, still being painted, a song still being written, a poem still in the making. And you are the artist, the composers, the poets. With every word you write, with every color you choose, every note you sing, may you leave the world a little more beautiful than how you found it. May you leave a legacy of unity, strength, and hope. Graduates, your story does not end here. In truth, it is only just the beginning. And as you turn this new page, may these words forever echo in your heart and say it with me. I am a Filipino. Lakasan natin, parang ayaw nating maging isang Pinoy. Once again. I am a partner in building change. I am part of the generation of unity. The heart of the new Philippines. Once again, congratulations to each and every one of you. Mabuhay ang kabataang Pilipino. Long live the generation of unity. Long live the new Philippines. And long live to Colegio de San Juan Samar, your guiding way for a brighter tomorrow. Congratulations and mabuhay po tayo.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Jolian. Tiza D.